Hello scholars, welcome to level 1-3. What is an animal cell? Before we get started, pause the video, write your name, date, and page number. It's page number 29 on your notes and complete your checkpoint. Great job. Today we're discussing what is an animal cell. So, before we get started, remember a cell is the building blocks of all living things or organisms. There are two types of cells. The first type of cell is prokaryotic. A prokaryotic cell has no nucleus. Go ahead and fill that in your notes now. Great job. A eukaryotic cell has a nucleus. Pause the video and fill that in your notes now. Great job. All right, so there are two types of eukaryotic cells, an animal cell and a plant cell. Go ahead and fill that in your notes now. Great job. Today we're only going to be talking about the animal cell. An animal cell has a circular shape. Go ahead and fill that in your notes now. Make sure you pause the video. Great job. All right, so how do animal cells get their food? Well, that's a great question. Animal cells can't make their own food. Go ahead and pause the video and fill that in your notes. So, what in the world makes these cells work? Well, that is called an organelle. Organelles also means little organ. They are small structures in cell that have specific jobs that make the cell work. Fill that in your notes now. All right, so what organelles are found in an animal cell, you ask? That is a great question. The first organelle at the center of an animal cell is called the nucleus. The nucleus controls what happens inside of the cell. Mr. Pryor directs and controls what goes on inside of our school. So if our school was our cell, Mr. Pryor would be our nucleus. Inside the nucleus, there is a chromosome. The chromosomes store all the information about the cell. If our school was a cell, the main office would be our chromosome because that's where we store all of our information. Pause the video and fill that in your notes now. Great job. The next organelle is the cell membrane. The cell membrane controls what goes in and out of the cell. Fill that in your notes now. Great job. All right. If our school was a cell, the doors would be the cell membrane because they control who goes in and out of our building. Pause the video and fill that in your notes now. Great job. All right, so the next organelle we're going to learn about is the vacuole. The vacuole stores food, water, and waste of the cell. Fill that in your notes. I remember seeing it there. Make sure you match up the pictures. Pause the video. Great job. So, I wonder, if our school's a cell, what in the world would be the vacuole? Well, that would be our cafeteria because that's where all our food and water are stored. And sometimes we may see some waste in there. Fill that in your notes. Great job. All right, so the next organelle we're going to talk about is called the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It controls all the energy of the cell. If our school was a cell, then the school electricity would be our mitochondria because that's where we get all of our power for our school. So pause the video and fill that in your notes now. Great job. All right, so the last organelle we're going to talk about is the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is this jelly-like substance that stores all the chemicals that keep the cell healthy and clean. I think that's in your notes. Go ahead and fill it in now. Make sure you pause the video. Great job. All right, so if our school's was a cell, I wonder what in the world would be our cytoplasm. Well, that would be the janitor's closet, because that's where we store all the chemicals that keep our school clean. Go ahead and fill that in your notes now. Great job. So go ahead and complete your 3, 2, 1 summary. Make sure you pause the video. Good job. All right, so now go ahead and give Miss Lee Powell a thumbs up. Good job. Congratulations, you've completed level 1-3. Go ahead and get your activity out of your folder and begin. Congratulations.